Hello, good morning. This morning I took 3 trades on ARTL and all 3 of them were losers. So this morning I am really contending with emotional regulation. I'm working on really focusing on the positives. I walked away after 3 trades. That was my rule in a slow market, and today was a slow market day. No more than 3 trades. So I followed that rule, but they were all 3 losers. And honestly, looking back, today should have been a no trade day. Absolutely, point blank. There really wasn't any great momentum this morning. The market sentiment just felt so dead compared to yesterday and the day before. I ended up losing around $37 and I'm still green on the week, so it's not disastrous by any means. So yeah, today is just one of those days where I'm going to be extra careful in how I take care of myself, really making sure that my self-talk isn't diminishing of myself in any way, and to make sure that I am encouraging myself, because this journey is so hard and it takes so much faith to watch yourself break your rules, and to not even be conscious of the fact that you're breaking a rule when you break it is so mind-boggling. It is very hard to witness yourself in that type of weakness. So I really want to have compassion for myself today. And again, it's not like I blew the account or had a huge red day. It's totally fine. $37 is fine. I will walk you through the trade and we can together see how and why I got into the trades that I got into. And we can both agree that I shouldn't have probably entered these trades, that they were not A+ entries. Now, did I realize that when I entered these trades? No, I did not. I really need to be in my head asking myself the question, is this an A+ entry? I thought it was a good entry, but in reality, it was actually a desperate entry. But I wasn't clocking that. It was not like I thought to myself, oh, this isn't good, but let's just see what happens. That's not what goes on. It takes so much cognizance to be able to know in a split second what type of an entry is a good entry and what type of entry is a not so good entry. So that is a skill that I'm obviously working on. It's a skill that I think will probably take a while to build. It's not one that I have mastered yet. So yeah, let me go over the trades that I took this morning on ARTL and we'll look at them together.
Okay, here we are. We have my TradeZella dashboard pulled up. You can see today I did take 3 trades. Like I said, yesterday's win, the day before we had a win. Still green on the week, but my stats, as I've been saying a million times, I am focusing on my accuracy. And so to have 3 losing trades, 3 out of 3 trades were losers this morning. That's not great for any of the stats. If we look at the day view, you can see that the profit factor is 0, the winners are 0, and my win rate is 0. So the stats were not improved this morning by any of my trades. Here is my first trade I took on ARTL. You can see my entry was right here at 279 and my exit was here at 255, which was a total flush. I unfortunately got caught in that and lost about $12. My next trade was an entry right here at 282. This trade was taken, let's see the time frame. I think it was immediately after 233. Yeah, it was taken within the same minute. So that is immediately over trading. I have a rule where if I have my first trade and it's a winner, I need to walk away for a moment because I'm so likely to just jump right back in. And now I'm realizing it's the exact same thing with a loss too, if not more, if not much more important. I just think my first trade is often a win because I'm usually being so patient. But once you break that ice, it is so easy for your brain to just like be in the game of it all and not think objectively. So I'm really needing to remind myself, it's not just if I have a win do I need to refrain from entering a trade immediately after. It's any trade, especially a loser, because impulse to get back in is so often just an emotional impulse and it's not one based on strategy or logic. And right here you can clearly see this is not a great entry. We are at the height of this move. Like, it has moved so much and I didn't wait for a pullback. You know what I did do? What I did do was I had switched to the 10-second chart, which Ross talks about a lot. He utilizes it a lot. I don't think that works for me. I don't think I'm a 10-second trader, and I may be speaking too soon, but I think I need to be on the minute and I need to wait for a retracement on the minute. This next trade, it is the exact same thing, and it happened immediately after that second trade. I think 30 seconds after. So all three of these trades, I took huge losses on them. Around 20 cents per loss is pretty substantial. I think I did a good job of at least walking away after that. Because once you're in an emotional place, you can find more to bite on, even if it's not there. I realized after this trade, the market was just not hot enough to be trading. I had waited until 8:33 a.m. This is not my time zone. And that's pretty late in the morning for your first trade. I had been sitting there for an hour and a half and nothing was coming up. I'll actually walk through the stocks that we did have pop up this morning that I didn't take. The first was IMRN. This was the first stock that popped up on our scanners this morning, and it was just too thickly traded. So I did not take that trade. Then we had KXIN pop up, and this was a Chinese stock, which you can see right here, China. So couldn't really trust that. And the next stock that popped up, which is still actually on the scanner, is QCLS, and there was no news. So that was really unfortunate, and it actually had a pretty solid move up, but there was just no news on it, so it wasn't an A+ setup. And I dodged all those bad trades, and then I took ARTL. Here's ARTL, and it sold off immediately right after popping up on the 1 minute. So yeah, that's what the morning looked like. We took 3 trades, all 3 of them were losers, but we did walk away and we held our dignity. We did not end up having a loser that was more than yesterday's gain or made me red on the week. Moving forward, tomorrow I'm going to remind myself to not jump into a trade immediately after any trade. Every single trade I take needs to be an A+ setup, and I need to walk away for a moment at least after every single trade. Okay, I'll be checking in tomorrow about how Thursday's trade goes, and hopefully your trading is going well, and I'll see you then. Bye.